Okay, just bear with me a second. We're just getting things set up here. Just take me a minute here to get things set up. Just say hello in the comments. Let me know where you're from. And I'll just be another minute or two. Hey, Carol. Glad you could join. All right. I think we are set to go. Make sure everything's in camera view here. All right, I'm going to give a brief introduction and then we are going to get started. Hey everybody, my name is Shel Anderson and welcome to my Stamp with Shel Facebook Live. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Tonight we are going to be doing a sketch card, and earlier this week I put this sketch on my blog and gave the different sizes so that if anybody wanted to stamp along, they were more than welcome to. So that's the sketch that we're following. Now I'm just going to open up my catalog here, find the right page. Page 37. This is the bundle that I'm going to be using tonight. This is the Butterfly Kisses Suite. It includes the 6x6 DSP, these super cute little, what do they call these? Fun flower resin shapes. Aren't they cute? As well as the stamp set and the dies. So I'm going to be using that for my card. I always encourage you to, if you're stamping with me, use what you have. And I'm fighting with a gem over here if you're wondering what's going on. And I've lost one. All right. We're starting off well. The colors that I've chosen for this card today are Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, and Parakeet Party. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Danielle. Thanks for joining. So, we are going to start with a Sweet Sorbet card base, standard card base. And because it's a colored card base, I am going to put a basic white liner on the inside of my card. And for you, those of you who join who haven't seen the sketch, I will put it up at the end of the video again so that you can take a screenshot if you so desire. All right, so I have chosen some of this beautiful DSP. Give you guys a quick peek at that. I have it right here. In case you haven't seen it close up, I'm just going to flip through. And I love when they do the 6x6 papers that they're typically smaller images. Now this one here, these are bigger so that you can actually cut out the butterflies. But typically with 6x6 paper, I find that they do some pretty small prints. And I like that. I like small prints. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? What else we got here? That one's gorgeous. So fresh, eh? Really crisp and fresh colors. I'll just flip through here quickly and give you a peek. So you can see we're using this one tonight. And Isn't that fresh looking? There's the flip side. Flip side. And we're using this one tonight as well. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I have another card, an alternate, to share with you at the end of the video as well. All right, we'll get this paper away and we will get started. So, this piece of DSP is, I'm going to have to bring out my sizes again because I can't remember. This DSP is 2.5 by 4 3/4. And this piece of DSP is 2 by 4. But I have a matte layer that is basic white, and we're going to emboss that. And the folder that I chose, where did I put it, is Pretty Flowers. Flowers, butterflies, I thought those kind of all went together. So I am going to grab my embossing machine and we will get this embossed. And I chose white for my background simply because there is, we're embossing this to add interest and texture, but there's already a lot of colors that are happening in this card, so I kind of wanted to give it a little bit of balance. We want to make sure that when we emboss, we put our hinge through first. Go. And we'll get this big guy out of the way. And now for the big reveal is all that gorgeous embossing. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. So bring our card base back in and we're going to adhere this flat down. If you don't have that embossing folder, you just use whatever folder you like. Any folder will do. And just trying to match our edges as best we can. And we'll give that a press. All right, now we're going to move on to our DSP layers. And you can do this however you want. According to the sketch that I have it this way. But if you so desire, you can flip it this way. Or if you really want to be a rebel, you can do a landscape card. It's your card. You do it however you want to do it. Okay? Now for this card, I wanted to bring in some of that gorgeous starry sky. So that's why I chose these papers. And once again, I'm just trying to match my borders. And then this one. All right. Now I have a little, there it is, gone. So we have that all happening. Now we need to have a butterfly. I've pre-stamped mine just so that it's easier for the video purposes. And you'll notice on here that I asked you for a greeting strip 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. I'm going to do this one a little different, just so that my cards that I show you at the end are different. I'm using a 3/4 inch strip, but I'm also using a 1 inch strip. I'm going to mat it. Okay? So I am going to find a greeting, and we'll stamp that because I haven't got that done. And get in here. And I'll just borrow this block. I find when I use these stamps, it's best for me to put these down and pick them up so they're straight. I find if I try to put them on the block, it's quite frankly a hot mess. All right, now let's get a little mat out here so we have something cushiony to stamp on. And this greeting says, sending good vibes. Perfect. I'm happy with that. All right, let's close this up before we go too crazy. We're going to set these aside, and I am going to get my coordinating dies, and we are going to die cut this. I haven't even got them on the magnet sheets yet. I've been a little lax. All right, so that one's for there. And that is not the correct one. This one here. There's lots and lots of options. If you look on my Facebook page today, I reposted a post that Stampin' Up! Did with the different combinations that you can make with butterflies for this this set. So if you have this set, or if you're thinking about getting this set, definitely take a look at that, because there are so many combinations. It would just kind of make your head spin. Okay, so I'm going to get some plates back here, and we will die cut these. All right. There's one. Sorry if my head's in the way. Just want to make sure I got these on here halfway decent. And we will crank this through. Once again, I'll get this out of the way. And get rid of those. All right. Let's get all our bits and pieces here, and we will be able to make a beautiful butterfly. I've stamped 2 bottoms. Do you see that? Not too smart, me. This is most definitely a bottom. I need a different stamp, so we are going to do some stamping today. I stamped 2 bottoms. All right, we're going to do some polka dots, I guess. We just have to decide which. Yeah, we'll do this one with red polka dots, using the Sweet Sorbet. And where did that piece of paper go? There it is. Sorry about that. So much for trying to keep these videos short and sweet. There we go. And once again, we are going to need to find a die. This one. Bring all this stuff back in. I could have used my little guy, but this one was handy. I know it takes up a lot of camera space, but it's just a little moment in time. Anybody have any questions? Hopefully ones that I can answer for you. Carol, are you stamping with me or just watching? All right. Let's try this again. So, this is going to look much better. Cute, eh? Very cute. All right. Now, I am going to bring in a silicone mat, and I'm going to build this butterfly on my mat. So hopefully I can keep all the gluey mess here. You are. That's great, Carol. What stamp set are you using today? There we go. I am absolutely loving this starry sky. When I first saw it, I didn't think I would because it was just what I assumed would be another dark blue, but I really, really love it. All right, we're going to pop that on there and just let that sit for a bit while we take care of this greeting. I'm going to bring in my mini paper trimmer, and this needs to be trimmed down to 4 1/4. So I'm going to take a bit off each end, and hopefully I'll have some semblance of center. Just a little titch. There we go. Now I'm going to glue this onto the Sweet Sorbet mat. And I'm going to go straight to one end. That way I will only have to cut one end. Oops, crooked. Thank heavens for that second of wiggle room. All right. Now we will trim that off and get rid of some garbage. And now this one I am going to simply put straight across. So I am going to use lots of Tombow. Oh, delicate edges. Is this the first time you've used them? I don't have those yet. It's hard for me because we just got the, oh heavens, we just got the big catalog, so I just got my supplies from that. And then now today I had to do the pre-order for the mini catalog. So yeah, I'm kind of behind the game, but at least with the annual catalog, you've got a full year, right? Now I have a little bit of glue that must have been on my finger. We'll take care of that. All right, now I'm going to find somewhere here, I don't know what I did with them. I'm looking for my dimensionals. There they are. Imagine that in the drawer where they belong. That doesn't happen very often. If you could have seen this craft room last night, you would have just been shaking your head. Okay, I'm going to peel this guy off. And I am going to add some dimensionals. And you'll see here where that bottom wing meets the body, I'm putting a dimensional right there purposefully. And where the, oops, where the bottom and top wing meet as well. That's going to give me insurance that this isn't going to go south. Not that I think it will with Tombow. I find this set is such a happy set. It's hard not to like that. Now, do you see what's happening here? I find that this is just blending in because there's so many patterns. I'm just going to sit that there for a minute, and I am going to get a piece of this Starry Sky, and I'm going to find, bear with me a second, I have one of the new stitched circles here. I'm just going to quickly, off camera, die cut this circle. I'll be right back. I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just turning my chair around so I can die cut this quickly. I love using all those bright and happy DSPs, but sometimes I find that when you have too many things going on at once, it kind of just, see how easy that was to make this butterfly the focal point, because before it just kind of got lost in there. Alright, so we're going to put this guy up on dimensionals too, because we can. Carol, you need to be sure to share your card in the comments of this video when you're done so that everybody can see what you're making. There, check that out. All right, we need to embellish this one. And because I used the new resin fun flowers on the other card, I am just going to use basic rhinestones that I have colored with my dark starry sky. So I might take your pick tool and we'll see if we can get these on the card. Well, it's on my finger. There we go. All right, I'm just going to chase that around with that. Let's try this part of my tool. How about right there? And we'll put a third one down here somewhere. Where do I want it? How about right there? All right. And I think that we could use a little bit of Winkostella on this one. I'm just going to use Winkostella on his body and antennae, just to sparkle that up. And I know that it's very, very difficult for you guys to see that. I'm going to hold that up close to the camera, hoping that you can see some of that sparkle. Now there's a delay, if you're wondering why I'm holding it here this long, for me to see. There we go. I know you can't see it, but I just did his body and his antenna. And then on the inside of the card, these dies are in the set. So I thought, why not use them on the inside of the card? This goes against everything I believe. Butterflies are supposed to fly in the same direction. Just a little pet peeve of mine, as Carol well knows. But I'm going to go against the grain this time, and this guy's going to go upward. Because I want to put 3 of them down here. There we go. How happy is that? There's our inside. There's still plenty of room to write a greeting. Sending good vibes. All right, now I am going to, as promised, bring in the card that I did previously, and it is the same but different. Here is my other card, and I got 2 little butterflies at the top here. I used Parakeet Party for my card base, and here I used the Sweet Sorbet for my embossed layer. Okay? Then I featured the Parakeet Party and this same DSP. But if you check out the butterfly, this butterfly I cut out of the paper. I just quickly fussy cut that out. Now, I think I'm going to put some Wink of Stella on this guy too, because I can. And for this one, I did So Glad You Exist, and I did the same thing, 1 inch and a 3/4 inch strip, and used the Starry Sky to stamp the greeting. This greeting is a little bit off center, I'm noticing, but that's okay. And I did the same thing. I used the stitch circle because I found that the printed butterfly kind of got lost. If it was all one color, it would probably be different. And then here I used, what are they called? Fun Flower Resin Shapes. And they're in all the in colors, so I used 1 of each there. Anyway, that is it for tonight, my friends. That is our Facebook Live. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I encourage you guys to all give this sketch a try. I'll bring the sketch back in, and if you like, you can take a screenshot. Let me make sure I've got this in the screen. And if you do make a card, please post it in the comments. I'd love to see what you come up with. I'm here on Wednesday nights for Facebook Lives at 6:30 Central Standard Time each Wednesday. And I do Lunch Break with Shel short video tutorials Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Standard Time here on Facebook, as well as over on my YouTube channel, Stamp with Shel. If you happen to go to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button. The more subscribers I get, the sooner I get to go live over there as well. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments, or you can email me, andersonshel@gmail.com. Bye-bye.